Stanley Park. I like to read. I really do like to read. I'm not one of those people who talk about reading and they're like not reading anything at all. I think in 2015 I read 50 books in 1 year, and I always say this. I wouldn't really advise anyone to do that because I read 50 books in 1 year. I'm going to actually read. Well, I said I was going to read 12 books, but I think I'm going to read more in 2016. But I'm not going to read 50 because what happened was I missed out on a lot of information. And the thing about information and experience is when you read something or when you go through something in life, it takes you a long time to actually learn from that experience. So sometimes when let's say you go through a breakup with your girlfriend or whatnot, you think to yourself, well, you know, I have a lot to learn because she cheated on me or whatever. The truth is you didn't learn anything right away. Initially you didn't. What you're going through is, the initial hurt or the initial happiness, if it was a happy situation. But you don't really learn from the experience right away. And I think that's why I'm going to read less books in 2016. My initial thing was I wanted to focus on financial books, but like I said, I love to read, so I went all kind of crazy. I went bonkers. But I want to talk to you about a couple books that I have in front of me right now. The first one I'm going to pick up is this one, The Art of Science and Personal Training. I got my personal training license in 2011, and this is the book that it comes with. Now, with this book, I'm going to tell you a couple big secrets with this book, and it all depends. If you're if you're a good personal trainer, then you would know this. When you learn what actually works and the techniques that people should be doing, you look at the average person and fucking laugh. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's a big thing with squats, and what people have learned about squat is that it gives you a nice ass. That's what the myth that is assigned with squats. Now you got to use your imagination. If somebody is standing straight up and they go into the squat formation, there's technically nothing under their ass, right? So what happens is you have all this weight on your body and it's being held up by your knees, kind of like in the position I'm in right now. So squats are extremely bad for you, especially when you have weights on your back. But you would know that if you read this, right? So if you can get your hands on this book, it would do you really, really well, especially if you're a guy and you're trying to, get a better body or learn how to lift weights. To tell you the honest truth, I do know a lot about lifting weights just because of the training I've been through. But me myself, I don't like lifting weights just because lifting weights in my opinion, has more cons than it does have pros. So I'm always like a body weight type of guy, like a gymnast. If you look at any gymnast, any male gymnast, and I mean the ones who go to the Olympics, their bodies are just supernatural. Like every friggin' lump or bump you can get, they have it. And it's not usually from weightlifting. It's all from the rings, push-ups, sit-ups, dips, all body movement exercises, body weight exercises. Anyways, moving on. One of my professors is I don't even, should I say his name? Thomas Panaya. He's a Harvard professor, actually. He said something to me which is really, really deep, and it was that the people in life who get promoted are the people who can read well, write well, and present well. And when he said that, it really simplified things. If you know me, I'm a very fundamentals type of person. I'm not, and I always say this, I'm not very smart. I'm not an academic or a 4.0 student. I'm a person who sticks with the fundamentals. And I think, and I learned that from my boxing coach actually, like when I was 10 years old. Always stick to the fundamentals and you'll win the fight. And with Thomas Panaya, Dr. Thomas Panaya from Harvard. I'm saying Thomas like he's my school friend or something. But yeah, with him saying that the people who get promoted are the people who read well, who write well, and speak well, it like ignited something inside of me, and it sent me on this journey. Like I guess I don't know if you would say it's an intellectual journey, but it sent me on a journey where I want to become the best writer, best speaker, and best speaker that speak. When I say speaker, I mean using grammar. So I got these books, There's two of them. I'm probably gonna look ridiculous with one on either side of me. It's like now turn to the left. But with this book, Grammar Success in 20 Minutes a Day, it has a whole bunch of exercises in it, and it's very, very simple exercises. And at the beginning, it's going to seem like there's a lot of like grade 1, grade 2 thing, but quite honestly, I think everyone could use the review, even though it might be simple. And it's really cool to speak well. You just sound more intelligent. And your brain actually picks up, is able to describe things better and pluck out more vocabulary, so you can be able to describe how you feel or how you want someone else to feel, which is perfect with the how you want someone else to feel, the next book. So this one's the vocabulary and spelling. And here's the secret. This is the book that every business entrepreneur, idea maker, here's my bookmark. Oh, my bookmark, roadtoalpha.com. But this is the book that you should have. And you notice all my books come from the library. And I'm a big advocate for the library because I personally think that the library is going to disappear due to people not using it. And once books disappear, then whoever the powers may be are going to control the information that we get. We don't want that. We want to have options to our books, so always use the library. But here's the book. Copywriting, people think when they hear copywriting, they think it's protection of an idea, which is true. That's a different type of copywriting. Copywriting here is successful writing for advertising. So when you open up a catalog and it says something like, this elegant 3-piece couch is comfortable in evenings while you're watching movies with your loved ones. What I just did is called copywriting. Instead of saying this couch is for sale for $299, I put the sofa in the person's life so they can look at it and think, oh my God, I want that 3-piece sofa so I can watch movies with my loved ones. Learning how to do that when you're selling a product is so important to getting your point across. And one thing about copywriting is when you say, if you want to, I use it a lot when I'm writing essays for school. I'm a student, if you don't know this. I'm going to be a student for life. I use a lot of copywriting into things that I write because I'm always trying to pull the reader in. And pulling the reader in is like one of the biggest parts of anything in life. So when you want to be a public speaker, if you want to write essays or write books, it's not only telling a good story, but pulling the person into the story is what makes it magical and gets you ranked with the top writers. Right away I think about, what's her name? J.K. Rowling. What the hell did she write?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, there you go. With Harry Potter, now Harry Potter is a magnificent story, and I'm not taking anything away from it, but the reason why it shot up so fast is because it takes the reader and puts them in the story, right? And it doesn't matter what age, the age bracket. If you look at Harry Potter, you hear 10-year-olds right to 60-year-olds talking about it because she mastered something called copywriting. Anyways, I'm going to do a quick one. Vocabulary and spelling, the grammar book. Make sure you get these things. And you don't have to get these books in particular. You can get anything that you can practice your vocabulary and spelling. Get this, The Art and Science of Personal Training. Get this thing. You know what? Even if you're going to just scoot through it really fast, when you do get a personal trainer, it's going to help you realize whether this person knows what they're talking about or they're just like, they're all juiced up and roided, and you look at their body and you figure that they know what they're talking about, but they don't really know fucking shit. And I think I already talked about it, but I'll say it again, copywriting. Get this book if you're really serious about being an entrepreneur. I cannot stress it enough. Any book with what has to do with copywriting or allowing you to express yourself better through pen. Anyways, you know who it is. It's Kelly Park. Like, subscribe, and share.